Hey Arkansas, what's going on? It is Tuesday, May 20th at 2:13 p.m. We have severe thunderstorms ongoing now in eastern Arkansas. We've got a lot of thunderstorms ongoing in eastern Arkansas, along with tornado watches that are up. Not tornado warnings, but tornado watches. We do have some storm chasers on the ground in eastern Arkansas now that are on the two severe thunderstorms that are east of Little Rock. We have a severe thunderstorm near Stuttgart. This is a supercell near Stuttgart that has rotated at times, not quite enough to produce tornado warnings. The low-level shear today is a little weaker than I feel like it needs to be a big tornado day, but there could be just enough. I spoke about this on my Twitter earlier today and on Facebook that I felt like the tornado threat was increasing. Storms have tried to rotate so far, but we haven't had any tornado warnings just yet. Just stronger thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms. Generally don't go live just for severe thunderstorms, but I wanted to kind of address the situation, how things are evolving, and kind of let you know where we're headed. So first and foremost, we have thunderstorms from top to bottom all the way in northeast Arkansas near Paragould. This is moving off to the east, and we have storms in South Arkansas too that is headed off to the east. If you live behind the line of storms here, your severe weather threat is rapidly coming to an end. So if you live in central Arkansas near Little Rock, Conway, the risk there was low anyhow, but it's almost gone now. The entire system is starting to push out off to the east. The severe weather risk today is highest in eastern Arkansas, especially in our Mississippi River counties, the counties that border the Mississippi River. Thunderstorms are still maturing now as they travel off to the east. So really, in all reality, once we get these storms east across the Mississippi River and out of Arkansas, the severe weather threat for the day will be over. There is no staying up all night, stressing over this. But like I said earlier, we do have Zach Hardcastle and we also have Brandon Kopic are both in the area today. I spoke with both of them and we'll be showing their stream at times if anything comes about tornado-wise. So we'll keep an eye on that. I do want to make very clear for those of you who maybe haven't been paying attention to the weather today or been on social media, the severe weather threat today is in eastern Arkansas. So if you live west or north or southwest of Little Rock, you don't have anything to worry about today. This is all east of Little Rock, towards the Mississippi River, northeast Arkansas, southeast Arkansas. It looks like storms are moving out of northeast Arkansas now, which is good. I think once those storms continue off to the east, unless we have more redevelopment, we can get rid of the severe weather threat. I think the severe weather threat for now is kind of maximized near and south of Memphis, down the Mississippi River Delta area. I did think, I posted on my Twitter earlier that there were some ingredients today that I felt like the tornado threat would be a little bit heightened for a little while in eastern Arkansas, but that the low-level shear today isn't as strong as it was yesterday, which might thwart the tornado threat just a little. And it seems to be working so far, but storms are still going through the maturing process too. But we do have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings that I want to go over with you real quick. We have a severe thunderstorm warning here in parts of Monroe County and parts of Woodruff County as well. Hazen, Des Arc, Devall's Bluff, Fredonia. The National Weather Service is referencing the potential for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail. This storm moving northeast of 40. This was a left split, I believe, off the supercell to the south. Yes, it was. You can see this storm, folks, if you watch it, moving off to the left here. Watch the storm move off to the left, to the north of this storm. This supercell right here has been one that I've been watching very close. It's over Stuttgart now. Likely producing some hail in Stuttgart. Not sure how big. But this is the storm in the short term, I think, to watch. The storm in northern Arkansas County near Stuttgart. And it has, at times, rotated. And it's still rotating a little bit now. It's moving into Stuttgart. Likely some stronger winds moving into Stuttgart soon. So we'll keep an eye on that storm near Stuttgart as it moves to the east. This could be downstream threats to places like Holly Grove, Marvell, Lexa, Helena, West Helena, north of St. Charles, and Lakeview. So a heads up to our Phillips County, Lee County, watchers. And then we also have a severe thunderstorm warning to the southwest of this near Sherrill that is moving off to the east. Sorry, guys, my radar scope freaked out. And this is in parts of Jefferson County and moving into Arkansas County soon. This includes Elmira and DeWitt eventually, but right now, I'm not sure how to say that town. Is it Wabaseka? Somebody can correct me on how to say that. Altimer. I don't know how to pronounce these. I say them all the time too. But just for those of you who are just now joining and curious, we've got storms moving off to the east. Folks, if you live west of this line, your severe weather threat is rapidly going away. It wasn't very high to begin with, but a lot of Little Rock people and people who live in and around Little Rock, Central Arkansas, Conway, that probably had tornado watches today, go off on their phone. The severe weather threat is pushing off to the east. The severe weather threat in that area was low anyhow, but if you live east of the line, especially close to the Mississippi River, the severe weather risk is there for the next few hours at least. Tommy says that there's dime-sized hail now in Stuttgart. Thank you for that report. The severe thunderstorm moving into Stuttgart. He's talking about this one right here. Stuttgart is observing hail right now. This is, I'm going to pull the stream up real quick, just briefly. This is Brandon Kopic. Those of you probably know who Brandon is. He's a storm chaser. Brandon is currently, it says he's in Humphrey, but I think he's actually in Stuttgart. He's inside the Supercell there in Stuttgart, moving through town. Lots of heavy rain. We already have reports of hail in this, so Brandon's pushing through there now. I've been in contact with Brandon, and if we have any tornadoes that form today, he's probably a pretty good bet to find them. So we'll keep an eye on that and check in with Brandon Kopic here in a little bit. I really appreciate him letting me show his live stream today. That's Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic. And then we also have Zach Hardcastle. Zach looks like he's still playing catch up right now, so I'll pull his stream up in a little bit. He was trying to get over to Holly Grove, which is east of Stuttgart here. Circling with my cursor. I think he's trying to get ahead of the Stuttgart storm to get a good view of that, which is probably not a bad idea, especially if it decides to rotate. And I'm also watching the storms here in south central Arkansas. We have some near Pine Bluff, Risen, Fordyce, to the south near Stevens and Smackover. We'll keep an eye on those storms as they move off to the east. That could include eventually areas like Hermitage, Warren, Monticello, Star City, Dumas, and some of our other southeast Arkansas towns as well. But for the moment, northeast Arkansas is also dealing with storms, but I don't see any severe thunderstorm warnings. Some of these storms could be producing some smaller hail. There's a stronger storm moving into wind soon. We'll keep an eye on that one too. I know my wind people don't like storms and tornadoes very much after what happened the last couple of years, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then we have some activity off to the northeast near La Ponte, Mark Tree, Tyronza, and that's moving off to the northeast into Mississippi County soon. No severe thunderstorm warnings on that. And then we have activity moving out of northeast Arkansas into the Missouri Boot Hill. But for the moment, as of 2:21 p.m., we have no tornado warnings, just a couple severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. We have tornado watches, Altimer, and Wabaseka. Okay. Wabaseka and Altimer. Thank you. Kaylin, yeah, it does look like most of the storms now are moving off to the east and southeast away from Jonesboro. We'll see if anything else redevelops. It is possible we have a little bit of redevelopment, but hopefully once this main wave passes through, the risk for storms goes down. Yes, Osceola is under a tornado watch right now. Tiriana, that's a great idea. Let's go ahead and we'll pull up the tornado watch real quick and look at it together. It's not going to be relative to some of you anymore because the severe weather threat is over where you live, but for some of you it will be. We'll pull up the Twitter real quick and look at that. So here is the tornado watch, and this is until 8 p.m. tonight. You can see that like Pulaski and Faulkner counties included, and some other counties there around Little Rock. But for the most part, this is most relative to eastern Arkansas. And we have numerous counties under tornado watches from northeast Arkansas south towards the I-40 corridor and into southeast Arkansas as well, from Camden all the way over to Chico County, Desha County, all up and down the Mississippi River Delta. That's where the most concern is today. So if you live in a county that is shaded in yellow, there's a tornado watch until 8. The National Weather Service will likely cancel counties with time today as the risk shifts to the east. And I have no doubt that we should be able to get these canceled by 8 o'clock tonight for everybody as storms move out of Arkansas into Mississippi and Tennessee. And we also have storms ongoing here in Mississippi, Tennessee. We had some tornadoes earlier in Alabama, but for the most part, Arkansas is really, you can see here, is really lit up with storms as this activity is moving off to the east. We have a line. Honestly, have more storms than I thought we would. We've got a lot of storms now that have formed from north to south across the eastern half of the state. The Stuttgart storm is still the one that I really feel like bears watching the most. It looks like that and the one near Alzheimer, near in Wabasika. I think I said it right. These two storms right here need to be watched closely for rotation, tornado potential. They both have that look, the early look for storms that could cause us some problems. RJ, no confirmed tornado in wind. Wind's not even under a tornado warning right now. There is a storm moving into wind though right now, but we have no tornado warnings on this. We'll watch it closely. But for now, no tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings in Cross County. I'm continuing to watch Brandon's stream. He's on the Stuttgart storm. But I feel like these two storms are kind of going through an evolution process. The one near Alzheimer, the one near Stuttgart. I'm curious to see if the one to the southwest near Alzheimer that is in Jefferson County ends up becoming the one to really watch as the Stuttgart storm sort of gets evolved into the forward flank. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, folks, we're looking at this storm here, okay? So this is the storm I'm talking about, the one near Alzheimer. It's moving off to the east. The Stuttgart storm up here, for what seems like the last 30 minutes has been the more dominant storm, but you can tell, if I take away my drawings here, the forward flank of the storm to the southwest here looks like it's ingesting the Stuttgart storm. You can see it if you watch the loop. Literally, you can see it with your own eye. It's ingesting the storm, it appears. So I'm curious to see if the storm to the southwest near Alzheimer turns into the more dominant cell, or if it gets ingested too. There's storms near Rising and Fordyce to the south that could ingest that. Our left split storm that came out of Stuttgart and went towards Hazen produced some hail, which generally left split storms do. No longer has a severe thunderstorm warning as it gets ingested by the storm near Fredonia and Des Arc. So we've got a lot going on right now. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in northeast Arkansas we need to talk about real quick. This storm is moving into Mississippi County soon. So if you live in Kaiser, Dias, Osceola, and Luxora, Wilson, or Joyner, this storm has the potential of producing quarter-size hail along with 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This is moving off to the east-northeast. The storm is over Lepanto right now and is moving off to the east-northeast towards the Mississippi River, specifically Mississippi County, the southern half of Mississippi County. The warning does not include Gosnell, Manila, Dell, or Blytheville. I really watch this storm near wind. This storm near wind looks like it's trying to get its act together a little bit. It's too bright. So we have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings right now in effect. We've got the 2 here, one near Alzheimer and Stuttgart, and then the other one up in Mississippi County. Storm number 1, storm number 2, and then storm number 3. All of the activity is moving to the east and will continue to do so through the next few hours. Tornado watches are up until 8 o'clock tonight. I think that we should be, unless we have more redevelopments, we should be able to make that tornado watch expiration pretty well. Tommy says, just shattered a window in our office in Stuttgart. It sounds like that's a pretty nasty storm. Tommy, send me a picture or a video when it's safe to do so if you can. That sounds scary. Yeah, Melissa, I'm pretty sleepy. It's been a long few days. So Tommy he just stated that in Stuttgart, the hail or the storm was so bad that it busted his windows out. It's a strong storm. I believe it. Yeah, you're okay in Jonesboro right now. Chelsea, there's nothing in Jonesboro of note for the time being. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in northeast Arkansas moving into Mississippi County soon. And then we have the severe thunderstorm warnings here moving through northern Arkansas County towards Monroe County, Holly Grove, and then eventually could move into Phillips County. Then we have another severe thunderstorm warning to the southwest near Altimer. That is in eastern Jefferson County, and we'll be moving into western sections of Arkansas County soon. And that could eventually include DeWitt. And we also have some stronger storms to the south, darn near all the way to El Dorado. El Dorado could be impacted by the storms near Magnolia soon. Yeah, it seems like most of the storm chasing activity right now is near Stuttgart. That's where I would be if I was chasing. We're going to pull up Brandon Kopic's stream real quick. He's on the Stuttgart storm, and this is his view of the Stuttgart storm. So, hold on just one second. Let's see what he does. Looked like he had a wall cloud on that storm for just a moment. What little glimpse I got of it. There's a circulation east of Stuttgart. I'm probably going to get a tornado warning out of this soon, folks. There's a circulation here just east of Stuttgart. It's moving on to the east. If I can get his feed to clear up, I will show you guys what he's looking at. We also need to watch the storm in Jefferson County too. Folks, this is the Stuttgart storm. This is what Brandon is looking at. This is Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic looking at the Stuttgart storm. Has a severe thunderstorm warning on it now. And it is showing signs of rotation. Judging by his video, it does look like that storm is rotating. So, spooky looking storm nonetheless. I can't tell. It looks like there's something being kicked up on the base of it. Might be just outflow winds. I don't really know, RFD or something, but that's a really, really neat view. We'll pull Brandon back up here in just a minute and see what he finds in that storm. We're keeping a real close eye on his feed. So, just for reference, Brandon is just to the east-southeast of this circulation near Stuttgart. There is no tornado warning for the time being. There's most definitely a circulation here near Stuttgart. I would be surprised if the National Weather Service lets that go on for very long. And judging by the video here, I think it's probably necessary that we get a tornado warning issued on this pretty soon. But we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing. Yeah, it looks like it's. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys again real quick. This is the Stuttgart storm. Okay. There's an obvious lowering here with this storm. This is Brandon Kopic, storm chaser Brandon Kopic, good friend of mine, well known in the storm chasing world, and this storm is moving off to the east. It's east of Stuttgart now. Let me pull up my map on my end so I can let you guys know where this is headed. This is an obvious lowering here. I don't have my map pulled up. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, this is close. This is close to producing a tornado, it looks like. Wow. Let me pull up my map, guys, so I can give you downstream where this is headed. So he is near Stuttgart now. He's just east of Stuttgart, actually. This is likely near... So it's just north of Elmira on 130. And it is moving off to the east towards Crockett's Bluff, Casco, the Del Bumpers, White River National Wildlife Refuge, which runs from north to south. The circulation is just north of Elmira, though, now. And this is in Arkansas County, northern Arkansas County. We'll pull Brandon's stream off for just a moment and check on that in just a second. I'll keep him pulled up on this side. And I want to give you guys the reference. We still don't have a tornado warning for this storm, but as you guys have seen here with me, that storm is attempting to spin up a little bit. And then judging by the velocities, you can see it there too. The circulation is pretty evident just east of Stuttgart, north of Elmira. So giving you guys a zoom out, we'll discuss the severe thunderstorm to the south real quick. I've got a lot of people from Jonesboro asking me questions. Guys, Jonesboro's fine right now. The activity is moving off to the east. Same with Little Rock. This is all moving off to the east away from you, but we have numerous storms that are becoming strong to severe. We've got one moving into Mississippi County now, Lepanto, towards Osceola, Wilson, and Joyner. We have a severe thunderstorm over Wynn right now, moving towards Parkin and Earl. Eventually Crawfordsville, Clarkdale, Turl, Gilmore, Marion, and Jeanette. We have a severe thunderstorm that we've been talking about a lot near Stuttgart in northern Arkansas County. And we have another severe thunderstorm warning moving into western sections of Arkansas County now, away from Altimer. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning, a supercell that's moving east towards Grady in areas near Star City, which is in northern sections of Lincoln County. I almost said Cleveland. I'm sorry. We have a storm in northern Cleveland County. They're just north of Rison that's moving to the east into Lincoln County soon. It is a severe thunderstorm warning due to hail and wind potential. And it looks like it is attempting to rotate a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on that one as well. So we've got numerous severe thunderstorm warnings all down the line here. Several storms worth monitoring as this continues to the east towards Mississippi and Tennessee. Our severe weather threat is likely highest now through the next 3 or 4 hours, especially if we have any redevelopment. If we don't have any redevelopment, then it might be localized and maximized here for the next couple of hours, and that's it. Look at Brandon looks like he's trying to reposition now. Zach Hardcastle is also in the area, so we'll watch him close. To kind of help put some of you guys at ease, if you have any concerns for the moment, if you live west of this line of storms, this arcing line of storms, if you live to the west of it, first of all, you didn't have much of a severe weather threat today, but you really don't now. Everything's moving off to the east, short term. But if you live to the east of the line, to the east of the storms, in Crossett, El Dorado, Monticello, Dumas, Gillette, DeWitt, Helena, West Helena, Mariana, up to Memphis, you still have storms headed your way. And some of them could likely be strong to severe. Zoom back in on the Stuttgart storm. Still have a circulation here east of Stuttgart. There's your circulation right here. It's north of Elmira and east of Stuttgart, and it's moving off to the east. Moving off to the east now, east-northeast, that sort of motion. And this could move into southern sections of, I believe that's Monroe County, south of Holly Grove, near Holly Grove. So a heads up on that. And then I'm watching that storm to the southwest as well. Still don't have any tornado warnings as of 2:38 p.m., so hopefully that can maintain for a little while. We'll watch these storms close. Brandon is still close to the Stuttgart storm. Doesn't have just an incredible view of this storm, but it does look like it's still trying to organize and going through a cycle process. Also watching for Zach Hardcastle's stream. We'll see where he ends up with that storm. Cherokee Village is fine. Everything is to the east, southeast of you. I think that those were just some precautionary watches. Little Rock was also under a tornado watch. Faulkner County, areas to the north and east, I think those were precautionary watches. The activity is moving off to the east. A good rule of thumb today is that if you live close to the Mississippi River, you likely have a higher chance for storms and severe weather. Yeah, Jonesboro's fine right now. The threat is not real high in El Dorado, but there is a threat for storms. They should be moving in here soon. Andrea, how large is the hail and wind? I do see the windstorm. Yep, it's moving over now. Severe thunderstorm. Let's look at it from the Memphis radar. Don't see a ton in the way of rotation, but I do see a strong storm moving over wind right now, across county in general. Kind of has a little bit of a hook on it, so I know it might look a little scary. We'll watch it close, but for now, no tornado warnings for Wynne or Earl, Clarkdale, or Terrell. The storms have moved east of McCrory for... Yeah, this is going to be moving towards the east, towards Tennessee and Mississippi here soon. Mississippi River eastbound. Storms moving eastbound right now. All of them. So nothing's going to turn around and make a loop. There's storms going up all over the place. We still have the circulation here north of Elmira. The National Weather Service is not warning this. I'm wondering if they are... You know, the low-level shear today is pretty weak, so I think the National Weather Service is kind of in the camp right now that they are anticipating that we could have some mid-level rotation, but we're not having that low-level rotation. This storm did wrap up earlier. It looked like it was about to produce a tornado. We were watching it on Brandon's stream there north of Elmira. This is kind of an old scan. This is 4 minutes old. I'm interested to see what that scan looks like now. There's a newer scan. There's still some rotation there north of Elmira. It might be just mid-level rotation, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then stronger winds are likely here as this storm moves into western sections of Arkansas County towards DeWitt soon. Check my phone. See if I have any reports out of this. That's some pretty good sized hail in Stuttgart. Candace Rollins shared some images with me from Stuttgart of fairly large hail, AirPod size to be exact. I can't type. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to take forever doing this. So I'm going to go from top to bottom, and we'll just go over each storm individually because I know you guys are curious. We'll look out of the Memphis radar. We have a storm moving into Mississippi County now. We kind of have a cluster of storms moving into Mississippi County. Lepanto, Wilson, Osceola, Luxora, that's moving off towards the Mississippi River. We have a storm that is passing through wind now, moving towards Parkin, Earl, Clarkdale, and that is a severe thunderstorm warning, or severe thunderstorm as well. We have a really strong storm to the southwest of that near Cotton Plant, Hunter. That's moving off to the east-northeast towards Colt and Caldwell soon, eventually in wind again. So wind, heads up, you're not done, you're about to get another storm. We have severe thunderstorms to the east of Little Rock. These are moving east away from the Little Rock area. We have a strong storm moving into Holly Grove near Elmira, moving east of Stuttgart into Monroe County, northern Arkansas County, and eventually into Phillips County soon, so near Marvell, Lexa, maybe Rondo, and Helena, West Helena. And we have another severe thunderstorm warning that has just moved out of Jefferson County and is now moving into other sections of northern sections of Arkansas County, and that could eventually impact areas like DeWitt, St. Charles, and so on. And we also have a severe thunderstorm warning too that's in Cleveland County, moving into northern sections of Lincoln County, near Star City, eventually Grady and Rison. And then we have storms to the southwest and south central and extreme southern Arkansas near Smackover and Hampton, and that's also, we have a storm near Magnolia too, and that's all moving off to the east as well, so that could eventually impact areas like Crossit, El Dorado, Hermitage, Warren, Monticello, and so on. That's kind of a reset on what we're doing right now. If you live west of this line of storms in central Arkansas, it looks to me right now we're going to be fairly clear unless we have anything redevelop, which I don't see any signs of that for now. Everything is moving off to the east towards the Mississippi River. If you live in western Arkansas, if you live in northern Arkansas, there is no severe weather risk today, so you can go about your business and enjoy the sunshine. If you live in eastern Arkansas, unfortunately, we are dealing with storms right now, and that includes a severe weather risk. So far, so good on tornado warnings. We haven't had any tornado warnings, which is great. It looks like the bulk of the activity is going to stay south and southeast of Jonesboro, Paragould, Clay County, Pocahontas, that area. I understand there's tornado watches in that part of Arkansas. It might have been more so a precaution, but it looks like the bulk of the activity is staying south of the Jonesboro area. We have a nasty cluster of storms though near Wynne and moving off to the east towards the Mississippi River. Mark Tree, Truman, Osceola, the I-40 corridor in general from Brinkley east to Memphis. That storm's likely going to stay just north of 40 as it travels off to the east-northeast. Look at the, make sure there's no rotation in there. We'll watch that close. Maybe some strong winds possible. We'll check the storms to the southwest as well. Looks like there's still a circulation there northeast of Elmira. I think this is still more of a mid-level signature rather than low-level rotation. I'm looking at Brandon Kopic's stream right now, and I don't see anything that says that there's a tornado imminent on that storm, so we'll watch it closely. Definitely some dangly bits on the storm and some scary-looking clouds, but that doesn't always mean there's about to be a tornado. It's been an interesting, Mallory's asking, will it stay south of Blytheville? Unfortunately, I do think Blytheville is going to get some storms out of this. It looks like you have storms just to the southwest of you that are going to impact you soon. It might just clip you on the south end of town. It's going to be close, though. Mandy, I've been keeping an eye on the hook near wind, but there's just not a whole lot of rotation with it. Sometimes the hooks... storms can have hooks and not necessarily be relevant to tornado genesis. This storm looked like it was rotating a little bit earlier, but I think it was more so mid-level rotation. So the circulation itself, if there was one, is moving out of wind and moving off to the east, but wind is about to get hit with another storm soon. Courtney says hail in Levesque. How large was that hail, Courtney, if you don't mind me asking? I did make a post on my Facebook. I'll show you guys an image that was sent to me by Candace Rollins in Stuttgart, Arkansas, of some AirPod-sized hail. I'll show you guys the picture of this. This is from Stuttgart moments ago. Candace Rollins sent me this, so AirPod size for reference. So not too big, but enough to let you know that it's certainly there. So thank you to Candace Rollins for sending me that photo. This is in Stuttgart, which is in Arkansas County. The good news is that storms don't seem to be exhibiting any incredible tornado behavior. These storms down here, we do have the tornado warning a new tornado warning that was just issued. We'll talk about that. But the storms of the south don't appear to be exhibiting any incredible tornado behavior in the short term. So we'll see how that goes over the next 20 minutes or so. We do need to talk about the tornado warning here near Wynn. And this is that circulation that was moving through town. It's moving off to the east now. Doesn't look incredibly strong, but I can see why the National Weather Service went ahead and issued the warning. It looks like it's trying to cycle. You can see the circulation here. It has moved out of Wynn. It's moving towards Parkin and Earl. It also includes, the warning includes Jericho. The warning includes Parkin, Earl, Crawfordsville, Jeanette, Marion, Jericho, Clarkdale, Terrell, and Gilmore. So for some county reference here, we're talking parts of Crittenden County, Cross County, of course, they're near Wynn, and I don't think they included Poinsett County. They may have included the southern sections of Mississippi County. If you're in Wynn, the tornado sirens are probably going off, but the circulation is moving to the east away from Wynn now. As the storm moved over Wynn, there wasn't a ton of circulation. It's kind of waited to move off to the east. The circulation is moving east away from Wynn. But with that being said, if you're in Wynn, you have more strong storms that are moving into Wynn now. Near Hunter, Colt, that's going to be moving into town soon, regardless of any tornadoes. So I certainly would encourage you to stay inside. But a big heads up to Parkin and Earl. We need to really be careful on that. If you live in Parkin, if you live in Earl, the circulation here is just southwest of town. I'll circle it for you guys. Our circulation's right here. Likely observing some stronger wind gusts on the east side of Wynn as the circulation moves out of town. But the circulation is in that circle, and it's moving off to the east-northeast towards Parkin and Earl. I'll pull up my map real quick, and we can go over that together. So Highway 64 runs out of Wynn, on the north side of Wynn. It runs east all the way to Crawfordsville and Wiley Spur and Marion. So if you live anywhere along Highway 64, near the Parkin and Earl area, I certainly would want you to be going through your safety precautions because of the circulation that's just west of town. If you live on Highway 184, which connects up to the north and east back to Earl from Parkin, this is headed your direction. If you live anywhere in the city limits of Parkin or Earl, you are in the most immediate danger of this circulation. Next up will be Three Forks, Clarkdale, Jericho, Sunset, and Marion. It does look like the circulation may stay north of Marion. We'll watch that close. But for now, the circulation in question is between Wynn and Parkin, moving away from Wynn to the east. Folks, I know the circulation, or the sirens are probably going off in Wynn, but there is no circulation in town right now. That's moving away from you. Now, there's a storm moving into Wynn, but the circulation itself is moving to the east. And they went ahead, like I said earlier, and issued this well out to the east into Crittenden County, northern Crittenden County, and a small section of southern Mississippi County as well. Karen, no, nothing in Branson. This is all in eastern Arkansas today. There's nothing going on up there. West Memphis said the sirens are going off in West Memphis. There is no tornado warning for West Memphis at this time. It's to the north of you, but it's likely just the Crittenden County base sirens. The circulation is going to be moving north of West Memphis. It should avoid Memphis as well. Circulation is right here, west of Parkin, between Wynn and Parkin, moving off to the east. This is the only tornado warning in Arkansas right now, guys. We have severe thunderstorm warnings up and down the line, but this is the only tornado warning for the time being. Zooming out and giving you a broad view, we've got numerous severe thunderstorm warnings from Osceola down to the tornado warned storm near Wynn that's moving to the east near Parkin. Severe thunderstorms near Stuttgart DeWitt, southeast of Pine Bluff, moving towards Dumas. So we're fairly busy right now. The severe weather threat is highest, I think, from right now through around the 4 o'clock hour or so, 4 to 5 o'clock hour. But we certainly have a circulation here to watch near Parkin. I want to reiterate that this is out of wind now, moving towards Parkin. Emily Zimmerman said the sirens are not going off in wind. That's honestly kind of a good thing because the circulation is no longer a threat to wind. But you are still on the polygon, so it's kind of weird that they're not going off. Clinton says, will this pass to the north of Crawfordsville? It's going to be close. I would go ahead and shelter if I was in Crawfordsville just in case. But it might go north of you. It looks like it's moving into the western side of Parkin now, soon to be north of Earl possibly as well if it stays on the same path. Put my phone here for reference. No sirens in Marion. Jordan, that's weird. Yeah, Marion's in the polygon. Sirens probably need to be going off in Marion. The circulation may stay north of you, but that's odd. That's good to hear, Adam. Stephanie, it's going to be a minute before the storms are done with wind because even though the tornado warned storm is moving off to your east, you've got a strong storm moving into wind now. It's going to be a couple of minutes before that's out of there. Probably another 30 minutes or so before it completely clears you. 20 minutes or so maybe. I want to reassure everybody, especially if you're joining just now, the time is 2:55 p.m. We have one tornado warning in the state of Arkansas, and it is for sections of Cross County and northern Crittenden County and extreme southern Mississippi County, specifically south of Joyner in Mississippi County. Due to the supercell here near Parkin, that's moving off to the east, northeast, it will eventually be impacting Crittenden County soon. The circulation itself is still in Cross County, right there, but it's moving pretty quick towards Parkin and Earl and will soon cross into northern Crittenden County. It does not look overly strong. I don't know if it's producing a tornado. I don't have any confirmation on it producing a tornado. Just a radar indicated circulation at this time. I do have some storm chasers on the ground in eastern Arkansas that I'm working with today, but I don't know if I have anybody near this storm. But I am going to check on that real quick. That way, if we have a live feed that we can look at together, we can check that. Bryce Shelton and Paige Berdomus are in eastern Arkansas, and I'm not sure if they're on this storm or not, but I'm going to check and see, and we might pull that up and see if we can get a view of the storm that's moving towards Parkin and Earl now, the tornado warned storm. If I can get through the YouTube ads. You guys will give me just a moment. So to me, it does not look like they're near. They're still in Arkansas County, so they're not near the tornado warned storm. So I have not seen a confirmation on that. Let me check the warning though. That may be new. It still shows radar indicated on my end, but I have not seen any confirmation on this being confirmed near Parkin. I saw the comment though of somebody saying something about K8 saying it was confirmed. I don't have any reports of that on here. We do have a severe thunderstorm, though, to the north that's moving up to the northeast into Mississippi County following the additional severe thunderstorm warning that just moved through there. And I do want to touch on the severe thunderstorms down here real quick before we go back to the tornado warning so nobody gets left out. We have severe thunderstorm warnings moving through Arkansas County. Still, I feel like this has been going on forever in Arkansas County. And then we have a severe thunderstorm warning here near Star City, another one near Grady. I'll have to keep a close eye on that storm south of Star City. That's a classic looking supercell. But we are really focusing on our one tornado warning. And this is not far from the Memphis radar, so we're getting a pretty good scan on this. Don't see a lot of rotation with this, guys, to be honest with you. This is moving toward Parkin now. And is moving towards Earl, eventually Terrell, Gilmore, and Clarkdale in Crittenden County. Yeah, Madison, that storm that's moving through wind now is pretty strong. Luckily, the circulation, though, is moving off to the east, well away from wind, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning passing over wind right now. No, nothing in Mountain Home. This is all in eastern Arkansas. If anybody has questions about the severe weather risk today and if they are going to be impacted, feel free to go to my Facebook page. I have 3 or 4 posts from today with specific timing, threat areas, and obviously we're now casting now, but it should clear up if you have any questions about where you live today. The focus is in eastern Arkansas for severe weather today. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot here, guys. I know the tornado warning is still up due to the circulation that was between Wynn and Parkin, but just not seeing a whole lot with this as it moves off to the east. That doesn't mean that the storm itself is not strong. This is a severe thunderstorm moving through, and you're going to know it's there. But as far as an imminent tornado goes, I'm not seeing a ton there. We'll keep an eye on it, though, and make sure we cover it accordingly. But for now, I feel pretty comfortable with how that's evolved. But it could cycle, could spin back up, so we'll keep an eye on it and go from there. I'm going to take this time real quick because I've got a lot of people asking about areas that are not even being close to being impacted. That way it helps with some confusion. Folks, if you live west of the storms, there's a good chance that you observe nothing for the rest of the day. I know that central Arkansas has tornado watches, parts of northeast Arkansas near Jonesboro, Pocahontas, Farigold, Searcy, Conway. This is all east of you and is moving to the east. So unless we have some rapid redevelopment, which I'm not seeing, you should be good to go. And I would fully expect those tornado watches to be canceled one by one as the threat moves off to the east. The tornado watches themselves are set to expire at 8 p.m. tonight. I think there's a chance that we could allow them to expire sooner than that. We'll see. But Jonesboro, Paragould, Little Rock, Conway, Searcy, Arkadelphia, areas to the west of the line, you should be okay. We'll watch for redevelopment, but for now, there's no imminent threat whatsoever. We still have one tornado warning that we're watching right now. There's really not much of a circulation there at all, guys. I can show you, can loop it for you. There was a circulation near Wynn, in between Wynn and Parkin, right here, that wasn't real strong to begin with. I think it was right there between Wynn and Parkin was probably when it was at its peak, right there. And it may have produced something briefly. I don't know. I didn't have any confirmation of a tornado, but it has since really flattened out. With that being said, though, it looks like we do have strong winds, though, moving through wind right now, possibly over 60 miles an hour. We have a severe thunderstorm warning moving through, so regardless of a tornado in Wynn or Cross County or northern Crittenden County in general, we have strong storms moving through the area. And the same goes for Mississippi County and areas to the north of Cross and Crittenden County. And I have not forgotten about our friends down to the south. I know that we've been focused on the warning a lot to the north. But we do have new severe thunderstorm warnings that extend out into Marvell, Lexa, Helena, West Helena, and Lakeview due to the storm near Holly Grove that's moving to the east. Could have strong wind gusts along with some large hail. We have another stronger storm to the southeast in Arkansas County near DeWitt, here in Elmira, St. Charles, and that's also moving off to the east. And then I'm watching these beans of storms down to the south of Pine Bluff near Grady, Star City. That's moving off to the east near Gould and Dumas. And then, of course, we have storms to the southwest near Hermitage, Banks, Hampton, Smackover that are not severe at this time. We'll go back up, zoom in on our one tornado warning, and see if it's going through a cycle process maybe. Just not seeing a whole lot there. Boy, it's windy and wind right now, guys. Likely getting severe wind gust in wind right now. Unrelated to the tornado warning, but a severe thunderstorm itself moving into town. DeWitt's in a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Yep. Yes, Adam, I bet that the winds in wind are likely pretty strong. Looking at the velocities, you can see the wind, the inbound winds here from the Memphis radar, well over 60 miles an hour registering. That might be a little bit overestimated due to the radar being, going aloft a little bit, but still, it is probably very, very windy in the city of Wynn right now. And these winds are going to be moving off to the east towards Parkin and Earl soon. So severe thunderstorm warning encompasses that area too. Cross County, northern Crittenden County. I just got a new notification on my phone. That's not related to our warning though. Look at some of the storms to the south, though. It looks like we might have some large hail in this storm, which also has a hook on it there near Star City. We'll keep a close eye on this one, guys. This is a brand new storm that's really getting its act together near Star City, between Star City and Monticello, moving to the east towards Dumas, Winchester, and Gould. But ping-pong size hail possible with this storm north of Monticello and near Star City. Still looks likely that we have a really strong wind gust ongoing between Wynn and Parkin. And we do have our tornado warning polygon still up. I just don't see a whole lot as far as rotation goes, but still, the National Weather Service has maintained the tornado warning, so we'll treat it as such. If you live near Earl or Terrell, I think is how you say that, Terrell, Clarkdale, or Gilmore, this is to your west, moving to the east now. Yes, I bet it's windy and wind. Yeah. Hello? Hello? Oh my gosh. I thought that was an important phone call from a storm chaser as a sales call. Ridiculous. Let's pull up and see what... No, it looks like he's not there. I wonder if... Let's see if I have any storm chasers that are local to the area with a view. Terrell. Terrell rhymes with Earl. You got it right. So it's Terrell, not Terrell. Okay, thank you. Marion is under a tornado warning right now, Brandy, but the circulation that we had earlier is well to the northwest of you. But a strong storm is moving in nonetheless. Looks like Brandon is repositioning to the south, so we'll keep up with him and see where he encounters more storms to the south. He's likely headed for the Dumas storm. That looks like the most problematic in the short term. This supercell here near Star City, it's got a hook on it, rapidly developing storm. Does look like it's trying to rotate, so we'll keep a close eye on that. I wouldn't be surprised if this has a tornado warning on it soon as it heads off to the east. We still have a tornado warning, though, for Cross and northern Crittenden County. We'll flip back to the Memphis radar. Regardless of a tornado or not, I want to reiterate and encourage you. If you live in Parkin, Earl, Turl, Clarkdale, and Jericho, Crawfordsville, Gilmore, or even Marion, strong winds are associated with this storm. So it's going to be pretty nasty whenever it moves in regardless. Somebody just commented from Parkin. If you're in Parkin or Earl, you need to be inside because it's about to get very, very windy in town. Wind just experienced this, but we have 60, likely severe criteria wind gusts, 60 mile an hour minimum with some of these pockets. So be careful if you live in Parkin and Earl. It seems like the wind core on this just keeps getting bigger and bigger too. So certainly want everybody to treat that seriously, even if they cancel the tornado warning or not. And we also have strong winds here into Lepanto, Dias. This is moving off to the east towards Marie and Kaiser in Mississippi County. And then we've got all of our severe thunderstorm warnings from Helena, West Helena, to the west, southwest towards Marvell, down to DeWitt, Grady, and then our storm to the southeast of that. Jonathan, I'm not going to repeat your comment, but I see it. Crazy, man. Lepanto. I always thought it was Lepanto, but it's a Lepanto, says Gina. Gina, you're always getting me in trouble for my pronunciations. Lepanto. I've actually been there before. Haven't done this in a little bit, so I want to go ahead and encourage everybody. Folks, if you live in central Arkansas near Little Rock, if you live up north Newport, Searcy, Jonesboro, that part of the state, I know that there's tornado watches. But for the time being, unless we have some rapid redevelopment, which I do not see happening at this time, the severe weather concern has moved off to the south and east of you. From Osceola towards Memphis, there's kind of a break along the I-40 corridor, and then south of Mariana, all the way down into southeast Arkansas. This is all moving to the east. This entire wave of storms is moving to the east now. Let's go ahead and touch on the Hermitage storm too while we're at it. We have this storm here that's moving into Bradley County, moving out of Calhoun County into Bradley County near Hermitage. Could have severe hail with it too. And then I'm really keeping a close eye on this storm that is in southern Lincoln County, northern Drew County, kind of straddling the county line here, moving off to the east towards Winchester. You can see the hook here. Zach, what was that drawing? You can see the hook here. Hail core here. And this is all moving off to the east. No tornado warning on this, but we'll see what the National Weather Service does with this. The rotation doesn't look too incredibly strong at the current time, but it does have that supercell look to it, doesn't it? The worst of it is almost through Wynn, I promise. For those of you in Caldwell, Colton, Wynn, the worst of this is almost out of town, I promise. But it's about to be very, very windy in Parkin and Earl. We're talking, I mean, guys, the Memphis radar is pretty close here. We've got wind gusts, I would say, well over 60 miles an hour, near 70 miles an hour possible in parts of northern Crittenden County soon. Parkin, Earl, Clarkdale, Crawfordsville, Turl, and Gilmore. Yeah, straight line winds. It's a pretty nasty storm. Yeah, I do think, guys, once these storms move out of the state and we are done with any redevelopment that might happen, hopefully we don't have any of that, we will be done. Hopefully we can be done here within the next hour, 2 hours, 3 hours max. That would be great. Hopefully maybe by 5 p.m., judging by the lack of redevelopment, hopefully this will be the only round we deal with. So, and they've went ahead and issued a severe thunderstorm warning in place of this, which tells me that they will likely extend that out, maybe allow the tornado warning to expire possibly. We'll see. Look at it from a different tilt here. I would love to be in Parkin right now and see how strong these winds really are, because those winds are probably pretty strong moving into town. I think we're having tacos for supper. Yeah, I'm going to my mother-in-law's for tacos. So, Gina, that's your answer. Tacos and chips and queso and stuff. I'm really hungry right now, so we can't be talking about food too much. Whew. Man, that's an impressive looking storm there. Drew County, Lincoln counties. We need to watch this one close, guys. Circulation's increasing on it too, right here. What road is that? What road is between Star City and Monticello? I don't remember. 425? Yeah, it's been a while since I've been down there. It's crossing 425 now and is moving towards Highway 83, Highway 54, kind of in that area. Our tornado warning to the north was canceled, by the way, guys. The one that was near Earl and Parkin. But I want to touch on this one more time because if we have a warning down here, I don't want this to get lost in the sauce. But, folks, if you live in Parkin or Earl, I'm just telling you now, it is about to be very, very windy in town. This is a severe thunderstorm, a legit severe thunderstorm with winds well over 60, maybe 70 miles an hour. And this could include Jericho, Clarkdale, Turrell, and Gilmore soon, along with the 55 corridor north out of Memphis, or West Memphis. So take that serious, guys. Severe thunderstorm warning is up for it. We also have a severe thunderstorm ongoing in Mississippi County that's crossing the Mississippi River soon. We have our severe thunderstorm warning near DeWitt and Arkansas County, the one moving off to the northeast towards Lakeview, Helena, West Helena, and then the storm that we were just discussing near Star City. Just a classic little supercell, kind of all by itself here, with some legitimate circulation to it, right there. Man. Classic inflow notch, small little forward flank, maybe some hail in it. I'm going to switch over and see if I think Brandon's probably trying to get south to that. I would be. Yeah, he is. So Brandon Kopic is a storm chaser. I'm sure many of you know Brandon. We're kind of working together today. He's headed south out of Gillette towards Watson, kind of that area, to adjust for the supercell that's on the Lincoln and Drew County line. So we'll see what his view looks like here in just a moment as he gets closer to that storm. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they issue a tornado warning for it soon. I really am a little surprised that they haven't, but maybe they're wanting to give it a couple of more scans before doing so. Hey, brother, I'm live on air right now with warnings. Can I call you back? Yeah, thanks. That was Matt Webb, the emergency management coordinator in Sevier County, giving me a call. So I'm sure he's got some questions about storms or something. We'll pull up Brandon's view in just a second. I'll show you guys kind of what he's looking at. So Brandon is traveling south. He's got a little map indicator at the bottom left there, which I know you can't see because I'm blocking it. But Brandon is traveling south right now, and it is trying to get toward the Dumas area, towards Dumas, and between Dumas and Watson, due to the supercell that's positioning, or that is off to the west of Dumas, that's moving off to the east. So he's trying to get in front of it. That's likely going to be our next, we'll just say our most concerning storm for the short term. So we'll check in with Brandon here in a little bit and see what he encounters, but this storm certainly looks the part. And we'll also need to watch the storm that is to the south of this, near Hermitage, moving towards Hermitage now. But for just immediate short-term impacts, I think this is probably the most problematic storm when it comes to a tornado potential. The low-level shear today is not overly strong. So, that's one of those things that when it comes to tornado forecasting, we have enough low-level jet support. We have enough instability support. We even have low-level instability. The 0 to 3 kilometer instability looked pretty good on meso-analysis earlier. So there's plenty of ingredients, but if you don't have low-level shear, maybe your wind profiles are a little bit veered or out of the southwest at the surface, I feel like sometimes that really negates the tornado threat. So these storms have to work extra hard to produce tornadoes on a day like today. But there's still a tornado concern. We've had a warning up in northeast Arkansas. This might be our next one. We'll see. I'm getting images from Jacob Hess in Wynn of flash flooding. It looks like there's quite a bit of street flooding going on. There's when you're in Wynn, there's that bridge or little overpass spot, the low water crossing there where it says "Welcome to Wynn, the city with a smile." Flooding there, so just a heads up for our Wynn people there in Cross County. Thank you, Jacob, for the report. While we have a break in the action, I could probably answer some questions if you guys have them. Slightly panicking here in Watson. No need to panic. The storm is to the west of you still. The worst of it might pass you to the south, so we'll keep an eye on it, Candace. No tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings yet. We'll keep an eye on it. But if you live in northern sections, what is this? If you live in northern sections of Desha County, we certainly need to keep an eye on this storm that's straddling the Lincoln and Drew County line moving off to the east. We have no tornado warnings as of 3:21 p.m. Brittany, so there is a storm there near Marion. The winds with this were really, really strong. So certainly would like you, if you're in Marion or near Marion, to take this storm very seriously. This is the storm that had a tornado warning on it earlier, and there's a lot of wind associated that you will likely observe in Marion, Clarkdale, Turl, and Gilmore. It's moved through Parkin and Earl now with lots of wind associated. The tornado threat with this storm looks low. This looks just like a wind producer for the time being. Still dealing with the circulation on the storm straddling the Drew and Lincoln County lines. This is just looks like a classic smaller supercell. We'll have to watch that close. For those of you in Winchester and Dumas, what's that, Highway 65 that runs through there? I think that's 65, isn't it? Yeah, 65 runs from Dumas down to through Pickens and Yukon, Winchester and Tiller. Folks, we need to watch this one very, very close. Right here is where your area of interest is going to be if there was a tornado. Just a classic little supercell, small forward flank, maybe some hail wrapped back in on the backside. Man, I wish I was on Highway 65 right now near Winchester. Storm chaser in me. I've been in this area. I've seen some tornadoes in southeast Arkansas before. I love chasing in southeast Arkansas. You can generally see pretty good once you get close to 65. And we're also watching the severe thunderstorm down near Hermitage as well. Let's say a big shout out to Warren Mullen in Crittenden County. Sent me some photos of the storms moving through Crittenden County. Definitely looks like a wind producer with a shelf cloud extending out. Appreciate Warren for sending that report. I've got several spotters that I work with closely whenever we have severe weather days, and I really appreciate all their help. I'm going to check on Brandon Kopic real quick and see what he's seeing on his stream. He's probably pretty close to this storm now. Kelsey, I don't think there's a whole lot going on in Blytheville, is there? I think that warning wasn't that warning canceled? Yeah, or not canceled, south of you? Yeah, it looks like that warning is south of you. Yeah, nothing going on in Blytheville. Storm's moving off to the east-southeast away from you. Pretty sure I'm in the clear today in Cherokee Village. Yep, I think so. Should be good to go. Everything's to the southeast of you now. Tracy's asking about Star City. Yeah, we've been keeping an eye on that Star City storm. It's to the north of you, in between Star City and Monticello, or to the south of you in Star City. I'm so sorry. But you do have some activity wrapping in on the backside in Star City, so just a heads up on that. But the most dangerous part of the storm is certainly the southeast. They're referencing the potential for 1-inch hail in this storm as it moves off to the east towards Dumas and Winchester and 65 in general. I'm hungry. Man, I should have brought some snacks in here. I never bring snacks. I'm trying to check and see where Brandon's at. So Brandon is getting close. He's on, looks like, approaching his turn to go south on Highway 65. Yes, looks like he's going south towards Winchester. Now, Brandon should have a great view of this storm soon. Brandon looks like he's going through Dumas now. So this is Brandon Kopic's stream. I'll pull it up full screen for you guys. Brandon is traveling southbound on 65 now, headed for Winchester due to the storm that we've been talking about on the Drew and Lincoln County lines. He's traveling through Dumas, headed south. So we'll see what he encounters with that storm. He will likely have a fantastic view given how favorable the terrain is in this part of Arkansas. So we'll check back in with Brandon here in a moment when he's closer to the storm. My buddy Zach Hardcastle's been chasing today too. It looks like he said he's heading home, so I think he's done chasing for the day. Still watching that storm near Hermitage now. Looks like there's a hail core passing south of town. You can see this here. So heads up for those of you who live south and southeast of Hermitage. This storm is going to continue off to the east. It might eventually get into Fountain Hill, southern Drew County as well. Northern sections of Ashley County. Looks like it'll stay north of Crossett though in Hamburg. By far, in my opinion, the most dangerous storm in the short term is the storm on the Drew and Lincoln County line. So we're going to put our focus on that for the time being. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Steven says, on a lighter note, you got any good bucks on camera? Yeah, man, I got some good deer on camera. I'm excited for deer season. Thanks for asking, buddy. I was not prepared for that question in here. Noah says in Van Buren, we got smoked last night. Yeah, those storms were nasty last night, man. We had to take shelter here at the house. Haley, I don't think they'll probably maintain that severe thunderstorm warning for Marion. It just took me up to Washington, D.C. What in the world? They'll probably keep that warning there for Marion, Crittenden County in general. It's a severe thunderstorm warning. Very strong wind gusts are likely there near Gilmore, Turrell, and Clarkdale. Folks, these are winds likely well over 60 miles an hour, crossing 55 now. And then you have another pocket of strong winds to the southwest near Earl again. So if you live in Marion, you might not get the worst of the winds, but the winds are definitely strong to the northwest of you. So they'll likely keep that severe thunderstorm warning until this crosses the Mississippi River, which is going to be soon. Cameron, it's possible, but I hope not. I'm not seeing any signs of that now. It looks like the bulk of the activity is going to continue east towards the Mississippi River, and hopefully we'll be done with everything by, within the next hour and a half, 2 hours would be great. So I've been saying on Facebook all day that I felt like noon to 6 was kind of our time window, and we might be done before 6. So we'll see. I love that people are talking about deer on their cameras in my comments. It's like a dream. I'm an avid deer hunter, guys. For those of you who don't know, I really, really enjoy deer hunting and stuff. Always do. They went ahead and issued the severe thunderstorm warning out. They don't have a tornado warning for this, so that's good. But if you're in Winchester, or if you live in northern sections of Desha County, certainly want you to take this storm serious. So the worst of the storm looks like it's still along the Drew and Lincoln County lines here to the southwest. There's hail. You got a hook involved as this is moved off to the east. So we'll keep a close eye on that one. You also have redevelopment behind it with maybe more hail involved. So more for northern Drew, southern Lincoln counties possible. St. Charles warning was canceled. The DeWitt storm warning was canceled. That's all moving off to Elaine, Lakeview, Marvell, Lexa, Helena, West Helena, and Friars Point. That's eventually going to be Mississippi's problem. They went ahead and issued a warning for that storm too. So we'll go ahead and talk about that. So they went ahead and issued a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Drew, Lincoln, and Cleveland County due to the hail core here. And this is moving off to the east. This will cross, what highway is that? We just talked about it. 425. This will cross 425. So if you know anybody traveling between Star City and Monticello, you might give them a phone call and let them know that they could encounter large hail soon. Look and see what Brandon has. Brandon's still driving south, trying to get to Winchester. We have no tornado warnings as of 3:31 p.m. So that's good. We'll see how long that lasts. Hopefully it lasts the whole time. We're really watching these storms, this collection of storms in southeast Arkansas, though. I'm going to look at the National Weather Service, the storm prediction side, and see if we have any mesoscale discussions up. No, we don't. So. Yeah, absolutely, Kenneth. Appreciate you. Yeah, Drew County line's 425. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'd said it earlier on the stream, but then I forgot it. Yeah, 425 runs from Star City to Monticello. A severe storm moving over that soon. Then we have the severe thunderstorm that's moving away from there towards Winchester and Dumas. So those of us already through the line. Yeah, Tabitha, I think so. Unless we have some rapid redevelopment soon, I don't think so. Yeah, so for those of you asking about the storm shelter stuff, I'm sponsored by Arkansas Storm Shelters. They're located in Russellville, but they serve the entire state of Arkansas. They do a great job. If you need a storm shelter, if you live in the state of Arkansas, just call Arkansas Storm Shelters. Let them know. You let them know you follow me. They take good care of everybody, but my followers, I know that they really take great care of, and I really, really appreciate them doing that. It's been a very busy season for them, though, so please be patient if you contact them, because they've had to work through a lot of trials lately, a lot of busy time. I don't even think that we have a tornado possible tag on this, so that's really a good sign. Yeah, we don't. It's just hail and wind, it seems. So, and then we have that storm to the southwest, though. Looks like it's trying to ramp up a little bit. Well, folks, let me see what Brandon can see on this storm, if he's getting anywhere close. Looks like Brandon's getting closer and closer to Winchester now, which is going to be on the southeastern side of that storm. No, Kevin, this is all southeast, way south of Clay. I will say, though, that I see some blips there near Brinkley here. Watch for any redevelopment, because if we do have a redevelopment, that could add an additional aspect to the event today. Some models suggested that as a possibility. We'll see. Kara says, I'm from Star City. What does it look like? I'm working in Pine Bluff, and I have a house full of animals. I don't want to come home to damage. So it's storming in Star City now, but I don't think you're going to come home to any damage or anything like that. The worst of it is to your south and southeast. I do plan on getting some rest tonight. No severe weather tomorrow. I'm going to sleep like a baby. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Yeah, David, had a tornado warning earlier near St. Francis County. Yep, we had a, unless you're talking about, no, you're talking about earlier. Yeah, we had a tornado warning earlier up there. Thank you for the report, Michaela. Yeah, no tornado warnings right now, guys. We've got storms ongoing. Everything's moving off to the east. We've got tornado warnings down in Louisiana, North Louisiana, but nothing in Arkansas for the time being. I'm waiting on Brandon Kopic, a storm chaser. He's traveling south towards Winchester. Whenever I would like to get a view of this storm with him and see what that storm looks like and go from there, because I feel like earlier that storm was trying to rotate quite a bit. And we'll see. It's getting a little messy down there, which is good. They did go ahead and issue the severe thunderstorm warning out on the south storm. We can go ahead and talk about that real quick. So we talked about the storm near Hermitage earlier. They have the warning that has been expanded to northern Ashley County, so Fountain Hill, Portland, Montrose, and this is for large hail and wind potential. So just a heads up for my Ashley County people, and eventually possibly Chico County too. Go ahead and loop the radar real quick. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. and a meat stick and some snacks too. I came prepared this time. Looks like Brandon Kopic is about to have a view of this storm near Winchester as it's traveling off to the east. We'll check in with him pretty soon. Check my Facebook messages. Pretty big hail in Lincoln County. Wow. We'll share that on Facebook real quick. Katie Frommel. I'll show you guys the photo of this hail. It's pretty odd looking. I'll show you guys the picture of this hail real quick. We don't have any tornado warnings, guys. Just severe thunderstorms passing through eastern Arkansas near the Mississippi River. We do have quite a bit of activity forming in southeast Arkansas. We'll discuss that in just a second. I do want to show you this photo real quick. This is from Katie Frommel. I think I'm saying that name right. I'm sorry if I'm not, Katie. Pretty interesting, though. Look at this. Look at that. Look how odd that stone looks. Pretty big, though. That would hurt. Probably does some roof damage, car damage, maybe. It looks like it's... I don't know how big it is. It's hard to say from a photo, but it's pretty good size. So... we have severe thunderstorms passing through northeast Arkansas now, near Memphis, Clarkdale, and Marion. That's moving off to the east into Tennessee. Same with the stuff here in near Marvell, St. Charles, Elaine, Lakeview, and Helena, West Helena. That's eventually going to cross the Mississippi River and go into Mississippi. And then we have our collection of storms down here, and I want to take a little bit more time on this one. The National Weather Service did reference the potential for a local greater tornado threat here in southeast Arkansas. So it'll be interesting to see how these storms evolve. It looks like this is starting to form into... I do wonder, the Star City Dumas and Gold storm here, if this is going to congeal into one storm and be a problem as it crosses the Mississippi River and into Mississippi. No offense to Mississippi people, but... we probably should be glad that this is not 30 miles, 40 miles to the west, because it could be an issue. And then I'm watching this one as well. They've extended the warning into Ashley County and southern Drew County. Jerome, Montrose, Portland, Fountain Hill, all included in that warning. This is all moving off to the east. Yeah, I'm trying to get Brandon's feed up. Okay, that's a great view. So, folks, this is what that storm looks like. For example, Brandon is currently near Winchester, looking to the west. Okay, and just so we're clear, guys, we don't have any tornado warnings, so I don't have the radar pulled up. We're not missing anything. Brandon is on 65, looking to the west at a severe thunderstorm. Moving east towards him. A really neat view of that storm. It's a really neat view, though. I really appreciate Brandon letting me share his feed today. But this is the storm that we're looking at here. You can see, I mean, that's a photogenic look at a storm. And no offense to Brandon, it's not his fault. YouTube, compresses the feed quality. In person, this is a very, I'm talking probably a very photogenic supercell. You can see here, it looks like the whole thing's rotating from left to right. You can actually see the mesocyclone. God, that is beautiful, man. I'm so jealous. I love storm chasing in southeast Arkansas because generally the storms down there are really, I'm not going to say all the storms are photogenic, but sometimes they seem to be more photogenic and you can see them better. Yeah, Kaylin, there's a tornado watching Corning right now. No tornado warnings, but that's a great view, though. I really appreciate Brandon letting me share that. Guys, he is right here. Brandon is right here near Winchester, looking off to the west at just this whole complex of storms. Really cool. Cool look. We'll go up here and check on the storms up north. I haven't done a reset in a minute. We'll do that real quick. Folks, this whole wave of storms is moving to the east. Everything you can see. So I know we have tornado watches in central Arkansas, northeast Arkansas. The main wave of activity is moving off to the east now, so you should be good to go. If you live in the areas that we just talked about, and if you live anywhere along the Mississippi River, obviously dealing with thunderstorms now, I'm hoping that here in the next hour, we can get all these storms across the Mississippi and out of our life forever, and we can be done for the evening and enjoy ourselves. So I think by 5, 6 o'clock, we should be good to go. That's kind of the hope. So I do want to show you guys Brandon's feed, though, real quick again. I'm really, and have been watching this storm near Dumas and Winchester for quite a while. It was rotating quite a bit earlier. It looks a little jumbled up right now, like the storm's maybe going through a cycle, maybe going through a merger process. But this is what Brandon Kopic is viewing now near Dumas. A pretty ominous look at the storm. You can see the lowering there, kind of the center base of the storm. Just a really neat view of that storm. That's very cool. And once again, we don't have any tornado warnings at this time. And Brandon is near Winchester on Highway 65 looking to the west. Great view from Brandon. That's awesome. That's a big wall cloud, guys. Very big wall cloud near Winchester. I mean, it looks like it's on the ground. That looks like a huge tornado right in the middle of the screen. I'm not saying it is, but a crazy look. Great shot. This is from Brandon Kopic, Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic. Really appreciate him allowing me to use his stream today. Brianna, I think we're okay there in White County. Z, it's surely pretty nice in Conway right now. I haven't looked back at this storm. These storms are way east of Conway, so not expecting a whole lot there. Bro, this is insane looking. He's looking at the circulation just north of Winchester, folks. This is a dangerous situation. If this is legit, if this thing's spinning. Looking at the radar, this is just near Winchester, between Winchester and Dumas on Highway 65. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying there's a tornado on the ground there, but you can see this is an obvious wall cloud. Right in the middle of the image. Moving to the right. Brandon's in a good spot. He's to the south of the storm watching it. But you can see the whole thing above him is spinning. That is scary looking. Let me pull up Bryce Shelton and see what they have. Okay, they're nowhere near that storm, so. No, nothing. No. I'll have to look back at that. Really appreciate Brandon letting me share his stream. We'll check back with Brandon in just a minute. It looks like he's about to move, but no, there's nothing going on in wind right now. The activity's moved off to the east. We just did a reset, kind of discussing everything. I'm going to call Brandon real quick and ask him. It's incredible. Look at this storm. I'm going to post this on Facebook real quick, guys. Plug Brandon's stream and everything for him. For those of you who are just now joining, we're watching storms now in southeast Arkansas. That's where the bulk of the activity is. Severe weather related, that is. Sorry guys, my phone is acting up. We might have... I'm having a hard time seeing Brandon's feed here, but it looks like this storm is really getting its act together. Yeah, he's still here near Winchester watching the storm pass off to the east and to the north. It's a spooky looking storm. The storm seems to be getting its act together in general. Out of snacks. So that stinks. Folks, we're not too far from being done. I'm watching, sorry guys, I'm looking back to the left. I'm watching Brandon's stream, and I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat too. I know some of you guys have questions and stuff. Apparently he said that it's down on the ground. I didn't see that on the feed. I was trying to work back and forth, but looking at his feed now, it looks like he's trying to get another visual on it. We'll pull his stream back up and see if we get another visual. It looked like it was about to produce just a moment ago. Sorry guys, my computer's so dumb sometimes. It looked like it was about to produce around 10 minutes ago. It had a really big wall cloud on it and was rotating. He's near Winchester right now. Looks like he's in a bad service spot, which is not surprising. This part of Arkansas can be really tough. We'll go back to Brandon here in a moment when he has a better visual. But he's on these storms here in southeast Arkansas, specifically the one between Dumas and Winchester. It looks like the storms to the northeast too, they're near Helena, West Helena, are now crossing the Mississippi River and moving into Mississippi. And then we have our two storms down here in southeast Arkansas, the one near Fountain Hill and the other one near Dumas. The radar loop in motion. Yeah, Michelle, yeah, that storm was pretty strong there near West Helena. Tanaya, I think so, unless we have a redevelopment pretty fast, and I don't see that happening right now. I think northeast Arkansas as a whole is going to be okay. We've got those storms along the Mississippi River, but those are moving into Tennessee now. Really, the only part of the state that has any sort of action right now is the southeastern corner. And this is all moving to the east, towards the Mississippi River. So I think if I'm not seeing a whole lot of activity behind this. I'm sure there's probably some negating factors for, the necessary lift to get more storms. So I would say this is probably going to be it for the day. So the storms that are in southeast Arkansas are likely going to be the finale, and we can get this junk out of here. Man, I'm so ready to be done with it. I am so ready to be done. It's been a long 4 or 5 days. Yeah, no problem, Christian. It does look like, for the time being, famous last words. I do this every time, but I feel like for right now, we just have severe thunderstorm warnings. I generally don't stay live for just severe thunderstorm warnings. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off. I've got dinner plans with family tonight around 5 o'clock that I would really like to go to and be with my kids, who I feel like I haven't seen in the last 4 days, 5 days. I'm going to hop off here. Keep an eye on this on the radar. If anything necessarily concerning comes up, have a post about it on Facebook. Because I think we have about an hour left, an hour and a half before we're done. So if we have any tornado warnings, I'll hop back on and we'll talk about it. We'll get that cleared. But I think I'm going to hop off and just kind of monitor stuff on the phone. So thank you guys so much for watching, for sticking with me, and for trusting me. My name is Zachary Hall, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker, a very tired Arkansas Storm Tracker. And I hope I don't see you guys again today. No offense, but if we have to hop back on here and talk tornadoes, we can. Otherwise,